is WSN. Love it or leave it. The underdog's on top, and you can either agree or disagree with her. But either way, the tribe is all here. This is a tribe called Jess. You can call the show anytime at 855-77-WYLDE. That's 855-779-9533.
And welcome to a tribe called Jess, and the tribe is all here. I have Frank. I'll get back to that. Frankie Diaz, and I have Julio July Diaz.
Up? Welcome back.
And I got Little John. Oh, that's what we're going to call him now. We had a little meeting, and we said Little John, so now I'm all into it. And I have my lifer, Jeff, who's working hard and diligent on all the events we have coming up here at the Salisbury Center. And I have Lauren on the show.
Hello.
Haven't been back since we judged a bunch of NFL hotties. Wasn't that the last time you were here?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I have a little bit to
always a
say
fun
to
time
that.
here.
Yeah. And we have Jason back again, who filled in for Frankie last week. And we got lots of compliments on Jason. Even Frankie went out of his way to call me and say, you did a really good job. You did a really good job.
Yeah, I'll never miss that episode
Okay,
again.
Taylor. Hey, Taylor. Yeah, Frankie's like, what's going on? He did so well. So good job. Happy to have you back. And Frankie, you're back. And it's season 2.
Woo,
and I'm off Hinge.
Let's go.
And we've been off Hinge all week on the phone.
2024, season 2.
The I don't give a fuck season. That is my theme for the season. You and I talked about it.
I'm scared.
Are you scared? Well, we had a little, after the holiday party that Jeff threw, we went down to, where did we go? Arlington?
Yeah.
And I think it was my final straw. Somebody did something to me at the end of the night. Remember this? And I was like, fuck this. I'm done with people. I'm done with everything. I don't care. As long as I have good character, I don't deserve this shit. I played Taylor Swift at high pitch all the way home, top volume, cried my eyes out, and you're in the seat. You're like, oh, fuck. So I'm
She's
done.
like, you're driving me home, Frankie, and then Taylor Swift the whole way.
Crying and singing at the top of my lungs. And then I was like, fine. That's all it takes,
I will
is a little Taylor.
For the record, she was the only one crying.
That's not true.
You were still rocking out. She was crying. You were still rocking out.
Yeah, I was quite upset. And it just flipped a switch at me because I'm like, you know what? This is BS. So I said to you, I just don't care. I care what people think of me in terms of good character.
Yeah.
How I carry myself, having empathy, compassion, all that. Otherwise, I do not care. 0 fucks given. And that's the theme. And I hope people learn that before they're 48-ish, 9.
It's different times that we learn certain lessons and certain things. So there's never, time is, was it relative?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Relevant.
Yeah. Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Can we talk? What's going on?
So, we all learn our lessons when we're supposed to learn our lessons.
Yeah. I tend to learn them the hard way.
But I think that's because you have such a good heart. So you tend to let people get away with more than what they should.
Maybe I do and I don't. I think I'm both. Yeah. I think I can be really on the spot, like bitchy. Frankie knows. He's like, Jessica, you don't know everything, and calm down.
Frankie's definitely your life coach, for the record.
Frankie's definitely been my therapy since my ex and I broke up. And a lot of my self-awareness, I don't think a therapist could deal with me. One of them told me to F off. We talked about this. No, she did that because she knew it was my level. Anyway, enough about me. Julio, it is your birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, baby bro. Happy birthday.
I'm so glad you're older than me now. God.
I know. Can you believe it? 32.
I
don't know about you,
but
I'm feeling 32.
23.
That's 22, actually.
Is it? Okay, whatever. Jason didn't even know what I was saying when I said the Eras tour and goes, oh, you sound like you're old. I'm like, it's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So you're calling all Aerosmith fans old now.
I did say something along those lines. Yes. My apologies to anybody who's insulted.
He thought Arrow's an adult site.
If you saw our group text, it could be. It could be.
So I've heard that's the name of it. I've heard that's the name of it.
It's autocorrect, guys. It's just autocorrect.
It's autocorrect.
That's another dating website?
That's a
Arrows,
scapegoat.
like you put arrows?
It's turned into Tribe called 1-900-Chess.com. Oh, boy. So you're 32.
Yes.
How's it feel? Well, you will be next week, Monday or Tuesday?
Monday the 29th.
Monday the 29th.
29th, there's New Jersey right
Oh, yeah,
there.
look at these
we have
jerseys.
New Jerseys on, too.
We're going to talk about those. Give me 1 minute.
Spoilers.
So how's it feel to be almost 32?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still trying to figure out. So at what age do I start acting and feeling like an adult?
You don't.
Because it just, I mean,
It doesn't happen for, you know what? For people who stay young minded and like just have that childlike naivete, is that the word? You don't, and you shouldn't. As soon as you lose that, life gets boring.
it's funny because all the reels and everything I look at, it's like I'm a 30-year-old teenager
Yeah.
still going through a phase.
Just keep hanging out with me. You'll be just fine. So I met you this year, which is crazy. We met at James Hype, and I thought you hated me. That was in November of 2022.
Well,
and I was like, Frankie has a brother?
in my defense, it's like, oh yeah, Jessica's here. I'm like, which one's Jessica?
How could you even ask? Anyway, and then you came and brought Frankie to the podcast.
That's
and that
right.
was the second time I saw you. And then I told you to jump on, and you're super funny, which I love about you. And you are super smart, way smarter than you give yourself credit for. And I've lectured you on this.
It's a facade.
It's a facade. And
Pretty smart for an idiot.
you're fair. You're an amazing uncle to Oshi and a very good friend to me. One of my favorite moments with you was we were at the wharf when you guys abandoned me later on, so it wasn't really my favorite day with you.
I thought the abandonment was the favorite.
Or not the wharf. We were at the George. We were at whatever.
Georgetown waterfront.
Thank you. And we were partying it up. Anyway, and you pulled me aside. I don't know what I said. And you were just like, you're just such a great person. It was so random. Like, he stopped me. He's like, you don't understand how great you are. He's like lecturing me, but it was super sweet. And I'll never forget it. It was one of the nicest, most random things somebody's ever said to me.
Better not forget it.
Best $20 tip I gave him.
She's like, give her a tip so she keeps taking us out with her. And Frankie, I know, even though you say all this crap, I know how much you love your brother and you worry. And I know you have something so nice to say to him for his birthday.
I mean, we're 15 years apart. So when he was born, I was in ninth grade in high school.
Yeah.
And ever since, I've always wanted a brother or a sibling.
Aww.
So it was a great gift when he came along. Great surprise.
Yeah.
And, even though we're so far apart,
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that he came
Don't
to take
start
care.
crying.
He came to take care of me. So after
Your heart
my
attack.
medical issues that I had,
Heart attack.
yeah, my heart attack, my triple bypass. Yeah, Julio stepped up. My parents were like, I think they were just trying to kick him out. They were like, "Oh, help your brother."
Go stay with him. Make sure he's fine.
So he came and he cooked for me. He took care of me, and ever since then, I developed different anxieties and worries, and he's my go-to.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, bro, like I'll tell him how I feel, and he'll comfort me. He'll
I like man up.
yeah, and he'll
That's not true.
He would
I
cuddle
see the
with me,
relation-
Jessica.
I put my butt against your butt. I put my butt against your butt, and I think I let your foot touch my foot.
So
Yeah.
the warmest part of her body was
Oh, it was
taking care of you.
ridiculous.
Oh my God, I've never seen someone cry. Please cuddle with me. I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
When was this?
In Miami, the Airbnb, you remember this?
I wasn't there, but I was told.
Jason's the one that
Oh,
asked.
Jason
Yeah.
asked. So we're at the Airbnb. It's a beautiful place, but the guy's like, don't touch the thermostat, the owner. And I was like, okay. So the blankets were all locked up, and I had the king bed to myself, and Frankie's on the little couch. It was frigid, guys. And he was
Dude,
so
it was cold.
he was so hammered that, your body temperature drops. So he comes in. He's like, just come so
I'm shivering,
cold.
bro. I'm
Yeah,
literally. I
thins your
couldn't
blood
stop.
out, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. I'm
No,
like,
he's
this.
like convulsing.
Yeah.
So he gets in the bed. It's like 2 blankets, and he's like, I'm so cold. So the blankets are locked up. I had to call the next day. So I go get a bunch of towels, and I throw it on.
She dude, she did everything but cut, like
So
to
he's
try
like,
not to
Jessica,
cut.
Turns
can
the
you-
hair
She gives me
dryer
like
on.
these like thick socks to
Yeah,
put
I gave you
on.
socks.
She puts on like 6 towels, 2
Everything but
blankets.
cuddle.
I said
Yeah.
I only cuddle with
And I'm
a man that I am.
shivering.
I don't even like. I
She said
I
she
cuddle.
only cuddles with a man.
Exactly. I don't cuddle with any of my girls. I'm like,
No, I'm just like Frankie. Like, no, I wouldn't even do it for like Carrie Ann. I wouldn't want to cuddle with her either.
yeah. So I was like, so she's tender. I was like, fuck it. I grab her and I just hug her. Right. I think it was maybe 30 seconds. She's like, oh, okay, enough. Like, get off me.
I am not a touch me not though. I enjoy the cuddling, but no. Like, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, but no.
I wouldn't do it for Carrie Ann. I'm like, she
Next
kicks,
time you're on your own.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I'm like, this is like, I have hypothermia. I'm going to die. Like, I need.
No, I said
need
you're
you."
fine. Go to sleep.
So she goes, "Fine, I'll put my butt against your butt." Right?
Yeah.
Dude, that was enough. This woman's heat was like those old school
that's true, yeah.
radiators.
Yep.
Like, like the steam ones that you just. Dude,
Yeah.
I could literally feel the heat just coming up my back.
Radiating through your body.
Yeah. And next thing you
"You're so
know,
hot."
fell asleep.
Knowing Jess, she was probably like planking while doing that. So she could,
She's sweating. That's why.
Just because
Oh my God. What a Miami was so good. I can't wait for my birthday in March. We're going back. We're going back.
But let me finish up with
never
Julio
come
here.
back.
But
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I really
sorry.
appreciate that you came to take care of me and that, that we're, roommates basically.
Roomies.
And this is like, we're catching up because when, obviously as growing up, I was married, my kids, so I didn't get to spend enough time with my brother.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
it's just you and me, bro.
You and me, bro.
the
And then
end.
sometimes me.
Oh, well, that's not a good sign right there. I'm not making it to 32, y'all.
You have to. Don't ruin the podcast or the party.
And real quick, Frankie. So my brother's 11 years separation between him and I.
Yeah.
So I totally get like that age gap. So even 15 years, it's hard to come back and reconnect and things like that. So it's awesome to see you two. Because I didn't know it was that far between you two.
Oh, yeah. I think
That's
our
awesome.
parents did a good job.
I thought you were
kind of-
younger. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, they always ask us who's older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother's nine. I'm close. I'm 9 years younger. My sister 10. So I get it. I'm
But it goes to like a young spirit that we have because you and your brother, like,
super close.
you couldn't tell who's younger,
Keep saying it. Keep saying it. He watches
Jess is-
back. He watches back. He hates it. He's like, God. I said, I'm the best looking sibling. And shout out to my brother. Sent me a card. Like, I love stuff like that, like surprises like that. He sent me a card, so that was super sweet. And shout out to my friend Chris, whose birthday is today, who's traveling around the world.
Nice.
Oh, happy birthday,
with,
Chris.
with Keaty. So happy birthday. That's Connor's dad. And then happy birthday to Georgianne, my Gigi. I'll make sure I send her this. Happy birthday, sweetheart. So want to give those shout outs as well because Georgianne and I go way back, as do Chris and I. Oh, there we go. We have all of you. And let's talk about these jerseys. You guys are going out to Vegas for the Super Bowl, but not to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Are you?
It depends how our gambling goes.
Yeah, those tickets are pretty pricey.
What are they
Vegas-
going for?
The cheapest one I heard was like $6,000.
Oh, wow. It wasn't even 5.
I mean,
Wow.
it's a once in a lifetime. Who cares?
Until next year.
Frankie, do we remember night one
Make
in
it a business
Miami?
write-off.
Remember, what did you spend night one in Miami?
Yeah, but
Well, hold on here.
I hope it wasn't
Started with
6K.
yeah, but
okay. So the main reason, I'll be honest, the main reason why I won't spend that money is because it's my off season.
Yeah.
So for the
Fair,
next
fair.
6 weeks, like zero income.
Yeah.
So if it was
Yeah.
like if it was the peak of my season, oh hell yeah, let's go.
Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
No, it's smart. That's
Yeah.
fiscally
So
smart. I
told
respect
him the
it.
best we could do is just be in Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas is
fuck
fun.
yeah.
too.
Dude.
And then the
you
Super
go
Bowl
to
on
all
top
the
of
other
that.
parties
I honestly
and
didn't even
stuff.
know it was going to be there.
I honestly think that's almost better because
Dude.
you don't have to do with all the hoopla. You can just
Yeah.
deal with all the like fun and
The
yada
after
yada.
parties are probably going to be crazy.
Oh, the after party because you're going to see
Pre,
Rich,
after.
and I know Rich has an
God.
after party, and it doesn't end. And oh boy, I've seen those photos you've sent me before. Never wanted to see that much of anyone.
Jess, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I've been 14 times. It always has stayed. So anyway, you got the jerseys, Tribe Called Jess. We're gonna have stickers, and you're gonna go pimp it out in Vegas. So get ready. Get me some good subscribers, and hopefully we'll have some hats too for you to take out by then as well.
Yeah, definitely. Stickers give out.
Take some more stickers to the strip clubs. Hand them out.
Yeah, two per customer.
This for clarity, it's a rumor about me always going to strip clubs. That's just it's not
Jess's
true.
face says it all right now. Her face says it all.
Sure.
Hey, he knows all my shit, so I'm gonna keep my mouth fucking shut. You don't sell anyone out, especially those that know every little thing.
So you're saying it's the start of the West Coast tour?
Oh yeah,
I guess Vegas is West Coast.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's almost like 2 seconds to California.
That's right. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know.
You should go over to San Diego. Oh, I love San Diego. Anyway,
I've heard it's
all right, Julio. Now that I'm done being nice to you, I'm really mad at you. You know I'm mad at you.
Oh, the
You
betrayal.
traitor. I wore red tonight. I was gonna really wear red. I was gonna go buy Chief stuff.
Oh,
Your team is in it. Your team is in it
Yes.
and plays another team, and you went against Daddy. You went against Daddy in a group chat and humiliated me. I was very upset.
In my defense,
No,
I've
there's
always
no.
liked.
No. Well, guess who's not rooting for the Ravens?
Oh, she's not rooting for the Ravens?
Team Travis. Team Travis.
Well, you're not getting your Tay customized Travis jersey.
Oh.
No, but if I have a boyfriend next Halloween, I am making him dress up as Taylor and Travis with me.
No.
I want that so bad.
Now, if anything,
I had to
the
live
goal-
vicariously this year through my cousin. I made her do it.
The goal is being Travis's brother.
All right, we're going to talk
yeah.
about this. So I think, and I want everybody's input because my voice is tired of talking already. I think this is some of the most excellent playoff football I have seen
Yes.
in years. It is well matched. They're stepping up to the plate. I just love the heart of the Lions. No pun intended.
Yeah.
What a great thing. Love seeing Eminem there. Love
Yeah,
that.
that's
I love
funny.
Eminem. I'm a big
You
fan.
said me might send you with Eminem and Taylor next to each
Yeah.
other.
I think,
The Super
God,
Bowl
that'd be
everybody
awesome.
wants.
The Niners, whatever, they're boring, but okay. And then obviously Daddy. Love my Travis.
He never gets old.
I love that man. God damn, he's so hot.
Well, the road ends on Sunday for your boy.
Done. They're gonna lose.
And
your
then we have the
mans.
Ravens, who let me back up and punt here. Again, no pun intended. I'm a huge fan. I've tailgated with my Ravens crew. They travel around every.
I've seen the proof.
Yeah. You've seen the proof. The Ravens, but oh God, crazy times. I do love the Ravens. Flacco and I had a great picture. I got to find that for you. And because I'm 2 feet tall and he's like 10 feet tall. I think it's a great matchup. I think it's really hard. I went down the statistics. Of course, my heart is with Travis, but I will be very happy if the Ravens win, for the record. But
Bring a championship home.
yeah,
Back to
that's
the DMV.
badass.
That's what
It
we
is
need.
badass. I want it for you, but I love Daddy.
It's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a great game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the best teams the Ravens have ever had.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, they've broken it down so much.
Stacked.
Why do you think it's the best team, guys?
I mean, they're double-sided. Offense, defense. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
you can't-
statistically, they have like the top 5 best
Yeah.
defensive, I don't know, top number
Yeah.
1 defensive.
I've read all
lineup.
about it. I just want you to
It's
tell
just
the
everything
viewers,
right
not
now.
me.
They're a
Oh.
three-dimensional team.
Thank you.
They're the best team because they're the best, Jess.
Fair.
That's what it is.
Because it's his favorite
I
team.
think I think the challenge that they're going to have is that Kansas City obviously is used to pressure in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They have that recent experience, and I think that'll be the only thing. I think Lamar really wants it.
He's
Oh yeah,
He's fighting
after it.
against
He's
like all the
focused.
bullshit that's been said about him. He's
What-
so good.
You know, this is the best defense that the Chiefs have faced in a long time.
Yeah.
The last time that they faced such a great defense was in the Super Bowl against Tampa, and they got beat. They got
Yeah.
whooped. So I was watching one of the sports talks, and they were saying that there might be a slight chance that it might be a blowout. It might be a 2-touchdown difference. That's how good that defense is.
They're nasty.
So don't be surprised. They were saying. I was like, ooh.
Let's go.
I don't want
So
it to be a
excited.
close game.
And I would like to see the Lions win. I think it's just a team. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
heart team. Don't you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
That's the heart team. That's the one that gets my heart. And then, of course, Taylor and Travis being in Baltimore. So many people have messaged me, you want to go? You want to go up? I'm like, no, I will not go in cold weather for anybody.
Well, did you see the thing I sent you about them going through Hagerstown? You probably didn't get a chance to see it, did you? I sent it to you last minute. There's like a
They're here already?
whatever
They're
entourage or
here?
whatever
Oh, yes.
excursion.
That was AI. That was AI.
Oh, I know, yeah, but they're saying that they're
Yeah.
going to be going through
Oh,
70.
it's gonna be
They might be
crazy.
stopping by Hagerstown.
So there'll be hundreds of people, thousands of
Yeah,
people there
yeah.
waiting to see.
I would line up.
Insane.
Maybe.
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 You want to go?
I'll go.
Show me Jason Kelsey.
I would. Okay, yeah. And I want to move on from this because we have so much to talk about, and I might go a little bit over, but that's good because I was preparing till late last night. So we're going to come back to Taylor and Travis
Of course.
because they link in with our discussion in a very weird way, which I kind of shared with all of you privately. But let's talk about Jason Kelsey because I watched the New Heights podcast today. He's
man.
fucking awesome.
Legend.
God, the energy, the relationship between him and Kylie. You saw the New Heights thing
Yeah,
where
I
he
actually saw that
said,
episode today.
he walked in and he goes, Kylie, I'm going to jump out the window. And she's like, don't you dare. Because on the New Heights podcast day, it was their first time meeting Taylor, Jason
Yeah.
and Kylie.
Oh really?
So-
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I didn't
So
know that.
he didn't want, she didn't want Taylor, look, you know what I'm trying to say, guys. My words are twisted. Yeah,
She
so
wants
she's
to say
like,
First impression.
yeah, first impression.
Yes.
Thank you. There's that.
Make it a good one. That was definitely a good first impression.
And Taylor loved it. Travis said that Taylor just loved him. I think Jason and her vibe, that Sagittarius, I tell you this, even though I don't know what he is, but they vibe on the same thing where they're just, I don't give a shit. I don't fit in, like, I live outside the lines. And I like that. And she gets that. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, he said, I'm
He's
taking my shirt
hilarious.
off. Well, he was like, I told
Jason
my
Kelsey's
wife.
a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Throwing that out there.
He was like, I'm going to take my
Wow,
shirt
that's
off.
surprising.
And I was like, I'm letting you know. Like, I'm not asking. I'm like telling you. Because she was like, you better not. And he was like, it's coming off.
It's coming off.
They're
He was like
just-
already halfway, like
Yeah.
there as he was saying it. It's coming off.
I love the love story of Travis and Taylor. But I really admire the relationship of Kylie and Jason because they're just real.
Yeah.
They're just real. She's a Philly girl. She lives one county over. We played that county in high school, and she met him, and he was drunk as shit on their first date. Like
He was
she
blacked
walked
out.
in.
He was blacked out.
She walks into the bar. It's a great story. They met on the Tinder or one of the dating apps.
Was it? Okay.
Yep. And so she's like, he's not an eagle. And they're like, no, he's an eagle. So she's like, all right, I'll just go.
He said, what, an igloo?
Eagle.
Oh.
Eagle.
Sorry, your Philly accent there was like, he's an igloo.
Whatever.
What are you talking about?
So he walks in, or she walks in. He is already blackout drunk. And within 20 minutes to an hour, I can't remember, done on the bar. And called her
my
the
God.
next day. And she's like, can we repeat that? And she was like, yeah. And that's how they met. I was like, that's fucking love.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
So anyway, Frankie, what are we on next? I don't even know where I'm at.
But I bet you she liked it because he was a good flirt.
Oh, we're not there. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Personality.
Real quick, I do got to run down the things going on at the Salisbury Center this weekend. We have Double Vision, which you're coming to celebrate Julio's birthday.
Party
Friday.
Shots,
It's
shots,
on,
shots,
it's on.
shots, shots.
Doors
can't
open at 9, and the party starts at 10 with Reza. And if you don't know who Reza is, he's open for the best of the best
Yes.
in electronic music in DC, festivals, Project Glow, and up and down the East Coast, maybe across the country as well. Reza is very well known. He's so good. It's going to be such a fun party. You can buy tickets at the door online, doublevisionparty.com. Right before that, they have a comedy show. I think that's at 7 o'clock. And you can come there and then stay for the Double
For
Vision
the party, yeah.
And then we have on Saturday, TCB Fights, DC's longest running and most successful Muay Thai kickboxing promotion. I always get fumbled on that.
That's a lot of it's a mouthful.
So yeah, tcbtickets.com. So a lot going on down here this weekend. So come on down to the Salisbury Center. And we're coming to you live from the Salisbury Studios, fueled by Monster Energy.
And the weather's gonna be great. So get out of
73.
that house.
Oh,
Come
really?
party. Yeah.
Oh, so
Supposed to be
people
like-
are gonna want to come out and.
Oh yeah,
get
yeah,
their house.
definitely. Yeah.
And the point of Double Vision is twinning. So twins do get in free, or you can dress up like twins.
You're gonna want to see our outfits.
And we are going to want to see our outfits. They're pretty risque. I put
Yeah,
it on, and
Jessica decided to go with you. Like we put him on, and like it wasn't quite the look, so she called you instead.
Frankie looked a little bit better.
She was a little
Jess is like,
jealous
take it
and-
off right
Better
now.
than me.
I didn't want to say that, but it's true.
competition. Just
Yeah,
good-
she
I
was like, no,
texted
Frank.
Lauren after I bought them, and I'm like, do you know where we get those little X things? And she was like, you mean pasties? I'm like, yeah, those.
You mean it's not called Just stickers?
nipple stickers.
So I get these things in the mail. They're like this big. I'm like, oh God. What am I? Okay. Yeah. So
If you want to know more, come Friday to the Salisbury Center
Shop on
for
Friday.
Double
thank
Vision.
God I work out. Thank God. So anyway, yeah. Are you excited?
Heck yeah.
What are
Reese's
you
good.
wearing? Are you guys twinning?
We're also
we're
be
gonna-
wearing X's.
Yeah.
I just can't say where.
X's and banana hammocks.
Can you please? That'd be hilarious.
Please do
And then
that.
you guys need like a bright blue wig.
It's banana-
Jason, are you coming and twinning?
Pretty lame. I don't know.
You are lame.
You
We
got
talked about
extra
how lame.
tickets still or no? Table
Yeah, we
booked
got-
up. You got one more?
No, we got a spot. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, a spot opened up. You should come on my table.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Talk.
And then
Talk after.
definitely we need to grab another
Jason,
one of those shirts.
We'll talk.
Yes.
We'll
yeah.
talk after. What's going on? What underhanded shit's going on? Anyway, so last week when you were gone, I did that quote. Did you hear that quote I did that that said, crap, what was it? Jason Julio, help me out here. Remember the one that it said unspoken expectations,
Bring up
premeditated
Oh, I remember that.
resentments.
resentments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communication and relationship.
I was
Yeah, and we talked about communication and relationship. So today I want to find like something resonating from all of us. So I just a little like 2-second blurb, I guess. So I was watching the TikToks and this guy comes up and I watch this guy a lot. He's avoidant attachment like me. Just run. Just run. And he said, this chick asked him, she says, what does falling in love look like to you? Not what does it feel like? And I'm like, well, this is interesting. And he said, and I found this cute coming from him. He goes, when I keep running away and running away and running away and I keep being pulled back to the same energy every time, then I know I'm falling in love. I thought that was cute. You?
I would agree.
Yeah?
It sounds very.
I thought it was very cute because everybody goes, what does it feel like? Well, no shit, you feel good.
I tell you what, it
You're
feels
fucking
for me.
horny, you're like in love, whatever. But like, what does it look like? I get what he's saying. I thought that was like a good way to verbalize it.
To me, it's one word. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Vulnerability.
Vulnerable. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what love represents
What do you
for
mean?
me. That I'm wide open. Like I like the person. I don't mind telling them. Being myself, just cheesing, laughing, happy.
But I feel like you can be like that with a lot of people. Like,
No, but it's a whole different level. It's like, it's, me telling you I want to do this, let's go there. I'm not afraid, like, take her wherever, experience anything, play all the music I like, my flaws.
Crack the little jokes that you find funny, say those things.
Or me just literally calling or texting regularly. Like, hey, I miss
hey,
you.
John.
Communication.
Sorry, guys. We can hear you. I'm just letting you know.
So when they say running away,
Thanks.
why are we running away from it?
Yeah, I think
Like,
this particular guy I watch a lot on TikTok. So he's like very, I say avoidant attachment. Like when he feels something like, oh shit.
like
when
scary.
it's scary. So he'll keep kind of leaving that energy, but he keeps getting pulled back in. And he's like, that's what love looks like. I think he is with a chick now. And I think that's what happened to him. So, I thought that was just a really cool way. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you get damage from prior relationships, you'll tend to run away when you start feeling that again. But like you said, if you keep getting pulled back, then that's your cue of like, maybe this person is my person. But I would have to agree with you on the sense that I'm not vulnerable to most people. Like I'm always good. I'm not telling you my feelings. But if I really like you and I see a future with you, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
But that's who I really am.
It's just like a
Yeah.
spot. It's like a natural spot comes out. Like,
I think that's
Yeah, like a soft spot.
yeah.
But like I'm super vulnerable with like I'll tell you stuff.
Yeah.
And we haven't known each other that long,
But like
I
a
trust
romantic
you.
side.
Well, yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure every single person here is single too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
don't
what-
listen to us.
No,
I'm not saying it's bad. But I think settling's a bad word. I just think I know who's not for me, and you're the same way, and you're the same way because we've had this discussion, and I'm not saying being in a relationship is bad or good.
No, so Huda and I were having this conversation about how this generation has a terms for everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's because everybody's going to therapy. So now everything's being told this is what it is. Yeah. You know?
Therapy's not a bad thing, though.
Absolutely not.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad
I
everybody's going
don't
to
think
therapy.
Frankie. I think I agree with Frankie. Therapy is not a bad thing, but it's come to the like. It's kind of like at some point you got not everything's wrong with everybody. Like it's like it's okay just to be like going through shit.
Yeah.
You don't have this thing. So I agree with you, Frankie.
I don't understand because I know growing up, I was never sad. I was just being lazy. Well, at least that's what my parents kept telling me,
You weren't depressed.
I
You were
wasn't
just being
depressed. I
lazy.
was just being lazy.
It's not depression. You're just being lazy.
I think it's cultural. I think that's very cultural too, right? I mean, I do think that's cultural because you'll see, and I mean, yeah. like you and I have had this conversation where your parents be like, "Suck it up, you're fine." You know what I mean? You'll see that in a lot of cultures where mental health isn't as yada yada. American culture, it's gotten overboard where something's wrong with everybody all the time. That doesn't mean don't seek help before I get those people yelling at me.
I mean, but you and I had this conversation about, having a good foundation, a good base on how to be able to to be like a grown up and distinguish, certain signs, right? Like not just in relationships, like romantic, but also the kind of friends that you have and develop. So many people didn't have that upbringing.
Correct.
So
Correct.
in my case, I mean, I'm thankful for how my parents raised me. I'm thankful that I did also go to church and had that guidance.
Yeah.
So it taught me. So when I studied the Bible, it taught me a lot of self-reflect, right? So I always do a lot of that. Before I think of other people, I apply things to myself first, right? So, and I remember how I told you, if you're dating somebody, you could, if it's among friends, you could tell how the other person behaves before you let them know that you like them, because they'll be acting normal. Once they find out you like them, they'll change a little bit. But so those kind of tips that they gave me, those are the things that I learned.
Yeah, your dad told you
Yeah.
that.
And it's like, and you don't.
That's good advice.
But it's not like nowadays you're like the red flags. It wasn't labeled red flags back then. You got to watch for signs on their behavior, period. But so now that everybody's going to therapy and learns that stuff, everybody's like red flags. What other terms people throw out there? Gaslighting.
Toxic.
Yeah, toxic
Yeah.
gaslighting.
I think that's why the show we did on identifying the red flags in yourself is so important. And that's self-awareness. We can word it however you want. People are related to red flags. That's why I use the terminology.
The word like sociopath, I feel like that gets thrown around
Or
like a
narcissist.
narcissist.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
constantly.
Listen.
Everybody in a bad relationship was an abusive, narcissistic
Yes.
asshole. Like,
Or anytime
Was he
they break up with
actually-
a man, it's like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
every
Exactly.
fucking time.
Yeah.
I am toxic
I agree.
masculinity. Okay, guys.
Someone's got to be just
Look,
somebody.
everybody,
She's like, I'm toxic.
as I touch my bitch.
Britney Spears, toxic. The good kind of
I
toxic.
think everybody in their life is narcissistic. We all are. It's human nature to be. It's repetitive narcissism. It's direct manipulation. The problem is we've twisted the word to relate to everything, right?
Yeah, but that's a negative term.
I get it.
Who takes it as a compliment?
Yeah,
Nobody
right.
should.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
because maybe I might be controlling
If
certain
somebody
things.
called me a narcissist, I would be embarrassed.
That's what I'm saying. So what happens is, how when you start educating yourself, right, and you learn something new, you think you can apply it to everything. Now all of a sudden you see it everywhere, and that's not the case, right? So someone might not be,
Welcome to America.
So you might not be toxic, but all of a sudden, because that's what they just taught you in therapy, now you think that everybody's toxic. Oh, that's a toxic trait. That's a toxic. It's like, no, there's such things as flaws.
Yeah.
We have our imperfections, right? We have our.
it.
Right. Well, and I think there's
hate
a
it.
person for everybody, right? Like everybody's different. So one woman might like her man to be a little bit more controlling versus like me and Jess are more kind of like, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't do.
I think you two
I
are a
may
great
check
couple,
in
by
with
the
you.
way. Phenomenal.
I think
Thank
that,
you.
hold on. I
Thank you for
think the
bringing that
man, no, I see, this is where and Frankie and I have this discussion, right? I think the man that I will listen to will be the one that I don't want to be told what to do. Like, you can't go here.
Yeah.
You're going to accept me for who I am, and I will always respect you. But is the man that will put me into being a chick that I will respect.
Yeah.
And kind of touching on what Frank you were talking about and we were talking about last week too, is it's that communication. So once you find that click and that woman that you or man that you are with or want to be with, you start to open up and really show them who you are.
Yeah.
And then having that level of communication of, this is who I am, what do you want? And then she reverbs, this is what I like, this is the way I like to be treated. If you want a little bit more pressure, if you want a little bit more pull back, once you have that level of communication, then it's...
Yeah, you should be able to say, hey, I don't want you to go to this. I don't want you to do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't also mean like, oh my God, this guy's controlling and wants to tell me what. No, it's like, I'm just telling you that I don't like that stuff. So,
Right. Everybody's their own person.
Correct.
Everybody's
It's
gonna have different
not everybody
preferences.
has a freaking
And
trauma.
we're gonna get to that on when we go back to our third subject. And maybe one day I'll get there if I could learn how to flirt.
You know what would help a lot,
Maybe.
Jess? If you all figured out where you guys would like to go eat. That's all
What?
you have to decide.
I
Where-
could give two shits. Look, the fact that somebody's taking me out to dinner, I'm just like, that's cool. Thank God, because nobody does that. I'm like,
I don't
I'm
mind
good.
picking. I will pick all day long.
I don't care. I don't want.
Miss Honeycutt, that is the sexiest thing that a woman could say right now. Would you like
I just
sushi?
don't
Would you
care.
like a burger? Would you like
Yep,
pizza?
I will pick
don't
all day
care.
long. I like food.
You
so
do like
I
the
don't-
foods. You do. I like what I like, but I'm just like, oh God, that's probably where the age gap is. You've been treated a lot nicer. Yeah, so I suck at flirting. I told you guys this. I have the flirting skills of a sloth, which technically
Every time you
a
say
sloth.
that,
it's the dumbest animal on the planet. And I posted a reel
she
today.
needs a shirt.
Frankie has seen this in action.
You just called yourself the dumbest animal on the planet.
Dude, you gotta understand, Jessica's flirty. Dude, I've seen it in action.
All right, what's the worst that you've seen happen?
Dude, but it's like this. Like to say she sees a guy who wants to give him a compliment, instead of saying like, "Hey, like nice eyes," she'll be like, "Hey, nice eyeballs."
Like the thing, like the thing that I posted. I like the worst, right? And then I have no idea I'm being flirted with. I had a guy tell me in December, I was totally flirting with you. And I'm like, wait, what? I think it's because I hang around with a lot of dudes. So when a dude is, I'm just like, oh, he thinks I'm one of the boys. Like I have no concept. Unless a guy's like, oh, you're hot. And like, I want to take you out, which then I'm just like snooze patrol. Like, I'm good.
That
Which is
doesn't
a
even-
nice compliment. It's a
Well,
nice
that doesn't
compliment.
even work when we're at like music events. If you're at a festival or we're at an Echo stage and Jessica's in her element dancing, I think Travis Kelce could come up there and be like, "What's up, girl?" And she'd be like, "Yo, isn't this great music?"
Yeah.
And let's just start talking about the DJ. Oh, this is one of my favorite DJs.
I've seen him 7 times.
Yeah, dude. For real, that's her in her element. Like, it's like Travis Kelce could be there. She'd just be like, "Cool story, bro."
Anyways,
No, when guys have hit on me, I'm just like, guys, I'm partying. Like, not the time.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?
Oh my God. All right, so how do you guys flirt? Lauren, start with you because you're a chick.
Because you're a chick.
No pressure. Lauren.
Lots of eye contact, and I can always. Are we talking about like
I'm
in
way
person?
too shy for eye contact. Way too shy.
Yeah,
Never
like when
happened.
you're, let's say you're out socializing. How
Okay,
do you-
so
how do
in
you flirt?
person, it's gonna be lots of eye contact, laughing, giggling, like asking them about themselves,
Like,
wanting to like hang out with them the rest of the night, like not like as a one night stand, but hanging out, having
not?
drinks and
so you're clingy.
stage 5. But yeah, I mean, I think lots of eye contact, and I'm like trying to keep a conversation going. That's me flirting.
So if I was Jessica, like let's say I'm the male version of Jessica, you're flirting with me, I'll be like, "Jessica, this girl's so clingy. She keeps following me. What the hell does she want?"
Because like the first thing, if I'm not flirting with you, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll be back. I gotta go check on my friend. Like I don't want to continue to. I'll be nice, but I don't want to continue to have a conversation.
I'm good at that. I'm good at that part.
So
I'll be like, oh, have you met my friend Frankie?
And
So
she
would
would
you be
dance
like
away.
extra girly, like more?
No, I don't think that I'm ever really extra girly.
Yeah.
But I think just lots of eye contact and like showing that I'm interested in
okay.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So me personally, eye contact, but a certain eye contact.
Yeah.
Because I always
Yeah,
when
like
I-
the flirtatious look.
Yes. Because when I converse with people, I always make. But that's how I was raised. You make eye contact when you talk to somebody. That way you can see their intention, what they're talking, and you're sure that you're interested. So because a lot of people don't like to do eye contact, they'll look away.
I'm terrible at it. I get too shy. I'm shy. People don't believe this. I'm extremely shy.
She
I
is.
am.
She says that she's like dancing on top of a table.
Yeah, but I'm not stripping on there. It's like at Flash, and it's part of like.
It's
what
like
we
you're
do
in your
there.
own world
Yeah.
when you're doing
Wait,
it.
you said it's not stripping; it's just a flash. What?
You know what I'm talking about.
But I'll make the certain like look, and then also a certain smile. 'Cause, I mean, I know I'm always smiling, but it'll be different. You would know.
what
And
about
then-
touch? Like a little touch on the forearm
I
or
was
something
just gonna
like
say that, like joking
I
around.
do that.
To, like do this.
I will do that.
or like a small touch on the hand.
Yeah.
Or not like,
Yeah,
hey, and that connection.
Yeah, it shows you're
The
interested.
problem is I touch and then what comes out of my mouth sounds so ridiculous. They're probably like,
Do you work out?
no, I
That's, that's good flirting.
She's like, "You're a little ashy today."
There you go.
I'm gonna write my phone number. I'm gonna scratch my phone number on your forearm because you're that ashy.
God damn.
I would say that.
Bro, I'm telling you, Jessica is. That's why I love her. She's like, dude, it's just
You
like
know-
as gorgeous as she is and everything.
Oh, stop
when
it.
it comes to flirting.
Okay. He goes, so we talked about this, and he goes, flirting is just going to lead you to the worst date ever. Which leads us to Frankie. And our question for all of you, I don't even know if I can say mine. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Oh, mine's
it's
pretty
humiliating. Oh, mine's worse. Yours is probably better. Mine's way, like, you guys are. I told one person the story. They're like, that may be the most horrific, funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. But worst, funniest date ever. Do you have a quick one? And then we'll let Frankie and then Jay and.
So we're doing like worst date, like but funny, like breakup or date that you've gone on. That's
And if
ended
you
like-
don't-
was funny.
Yeah.
If you don't, we'll go to these two.
Yeah,
and then we'll
go
let
to
Frankie-
them. I'm
Jason?
never a dater.
I'm processing how to put it out there, so please come back to me.
You had all week to process.
And I'm still trying to process how to politely say this in case that person is or isn't listening.
We will never know
I
who
could
they
tell
are.
mine, and then y'all can base it on what I've said.
Julia, do you
Please.
have
There we
one?
go.
Well, mine was not really a date. It was me trying to get a date. It was two sisters. They weren't twins, but they did look alike. And then I got confused which one I had asked out. So I started texting them both, and then they kind of talked to each other and just ended up kind of blowing up in my face.
That's
Because I just
awesome.
couldn't remember which one it was, you know?
That's awesome.
Did you forget the names, or did you forget, like, were they like
I forgot the
identical
face.
twins, or
Like if maybe I could have taken a picture of, you know, not the, like, right underneath the face, I would have been able to identify them easier.
Like
Yeah.
their tits?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. I was trying to be classy here,
breasts.
Jessica. Oh, there you
Breasts.
go.
sorry.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I just they had just moved like into our school, and I know one of them was like a grade higher than the other one, and I just can't remember what their names because they had like really similar names too. One was like Laura and the other one was like Lana. I couldn't figure it out.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, Frankie, go. I know you're
That's
dying.
funny.
I know.
All right, so
I'm
I was,
listening.
I
I
was
got
going out with this girl, right? And my boy and his girl were like, "Yo, let's do a trip to Virginia Beach. Like, bring your girl with us, and we'll do, you know, a couple's quick weekend getaway." So we're like, "Cool, let's go." So we book a hotel. I don't know why. So we're showering, right? And then we do the nasty. And when we're done, I'm like, "Man, I don't want to be with this girl anymore." And I tell her in the shower, and I'm like,
You had post-nut clarity, which we're talking about next.
What? What a segue.
Wait, what?
"Yeah, yeah."
Were y'all
I-
dating?
I don't know, maybe a few weeks, couple months.
Oh my god.
And she was,
Wait, you're having, I'm texting him about our time. You're having, were you banging in the shower?
So we shower, have sex in the shower.
And in the middle of
And then,
banging.
well, no, not in the middle of banging. Like when we're done, we're like clean, you know, showering, cleaning up. And while we're still showering, I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is working out. Yeah.
Why? Did she not shave
It's
her
obvious.
shit?
No, she was hot. She was hot, but
He looked down
Yeah.
and saw what she was, well, the two things that were holding her up, and he didn't like those feet, Jess. He didn't like
Was
the
it the
toe.
feet? Was it
no,
the
no, no.
feet?
She was a good looking woman.
All right, so
But
what happened?
I was just not feeling it. It was like we hooked up a few times. We went out a couple times.
And in the middle of the shower, this is what happened.
Yeah, I just told her, I was like,
What the fuck?
okay, but it gets
You're
worse.
never safe. See, this is why I don't
When
want
it
to
gets
ever
worse,
get in
right?
a
Yeah.
relationship.
So she gets pissed, right? Obviously, she's upset. She's like, "Oh, you dog! I hate you. You piece of trash." You
So
know?
proud of you, bro.
And
So
I was
proud.
like, "All right, whatever." You know, I'm like, "Whatever." This is like the
So you really didn't like her.
this is the sad you tell me that comes when I'm done, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So my dumb ass, I should have waited till we got back home and be like, "Yo, this is not working out." So on our way back, my Jeep blows the side of the radiator. Boom.
Overheats.
So you're
Yeah,
stuck with
overheats,
her.
but it blows up. So it's also I'm with my boy and his girl.
Classic Jeep.
So
Oh,
it's
there's
also-
other people there?
Yeah, yeah.
God.
So now we're in Mechanicsville, which is like the suburbs of
Yeah.
Richmond, I think, right?
Right outside Richmond.
Yeah. So and she lived in Alexandria, so we're stuck over there. The car's like you have to replace the whole radiator, and we make it to a gas station, and we're there like stuck. And the whole time, like she's there, she's like looking at me like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit,
Oh my
hey,
god.
dog." And I'm like, now I'm stuck with her. And my boy doesn't have any money. His girl doesn't have any money. I think I had like $100 on me, and she had like $30. And we're like, we need to get home? Like we can't be stranded. So a taxi charges us $130 to drop us off in Alexandria. But the whole ride, she's just cursing me out. So obviously I should have broken up with her. So I drop her off at the place. She says her thing. She's like, "I hate you. Don't ever call me. You garbage."
And then she called you.
Yeah, and then a few
course.
days later she called me.
Of course she did.
Wow.
But anyway, that's like the worst time.
Yeah,
of
I would never call that guy back.
So my little first worst date, on her Tinder, Bumble, whichever one it was. So this was probably 8 years ago. No teeth, just smile, right? So all of her pictures, she was smiling, but not showing teeth. Maybe I'm a little not materialistic, but maybe. So, anyways,
Narcissistic.
yeah, I'm so toxic.
Toxic, yeah.
Jeff.
So we go on the date, and she smiles. We start talking things, and she had this fucking gap in her teeth. And I have a gap in my teeth. I had a gap. Kids would make fun of me all the time. Beaver tooth, whatever. It's fine. Got braces. We're good. This poor soul. I mean, it was fucking, you could fit like 4 credit cards through that thing. But it wasn't the gap.
I get it.
It was the way that she literally licked. One time, I don't know if she thought she had something in between her teeth.
Oh, God.
Yep, you're doing it right now. But she didn't do it with her lips sealed. When she did it, I could see the tongue come
I would throw
around,
up.
clean the tooth,
I would throw
right?
up. Oh, my
So
God.
at that point, and we were eye contact, right? Talking about eye contact. We're doing it, right? So it's one of those things. I'm like, is this
I would have
chick-
had to leave.
Is she like trying to flirt with me? Or is she,
She
Is
would put her
Ashton
tongue.
Kutcher about to come out of the...
bro, what the fuck? So
Wait,
yeah,
she's
that
going
was.
in and out with her tongue in the gap. Is
It
that what
was
you said
just.
she was flirting?
So it wasn't. It was just one, but it was a foul. I mean, it was a foul swoop. Like it was. I don't know if it was seductive or like she thought she had something deep in those gums she was trying to pull out. But yeah, so after that, I was just there was nothing there. So that was the yeah.
I would have had to leave. You know me with that shit. I would have had to leave. I would have thrown up. Oh,
Your
God.
tongue got stuck in the gap.
I'm not even going to tell this story. I'll just say how this ended.
Straight to the end.
No,
It was
she's gonna end it. and
Super
then go
Bowl.
back.
My friend calls me, knows I'm dating this person. This is a while ago, long time ago, guys. Frankie, you know the person. I'm not going to tell them out on air. And they're like, yeah, he's living with a girl, has another girlfriend. I went over the house. He rearranged the house and posted all over a line. He had a sugar daddy.
The
I'm just
dude
gonna-
had a sugar
I'm just
daddy.
going to end it with that and how awful
He has a question.
this was.
I'm saying he had a sugar daddy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So he was triple
Yeah.
dipping, quadruple dipping.
I can't even describe the
Oh, if a woman
Trauma.
has a sugar daddy, it's okay. but
the
if a
trauma.
guy-
Well, when I was dating him, found out he had a girl living with him, would rearrange the house. Another girl and a sugar. I was quite traumatized, and now we know why Jessica doesn't trust men.
How long were you dating him for?
We weren't serious, but talking, dating, going over there, went out. Like I should. There were plenty of signs, guys. Plenty of red flags. I was
Okay,
definitely not.
that was going to be my question. How many times did you
Yeah.
go over to his house to like see?
enough. Super naive on other things. 9 months.
God, dude, that
Like,
blows my fucking.
All 5 of them were in bed together. And Jess is like, "Oh, this is totally normal." That's why you don't cuddle. I understand.
So yours was 9 months, and for him it was a 9-inch gap.
Oh, it was about 90 minutes, and I was out of that motherfucker.
I couldn't have made it.
I have trouble just flirting with 1 or 2 women at a time, like, and not even dating, just like small talk and texting.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine having a sugar daddy, living with a woman, having a girlfriend, and
too
then the
much
energy
work.
that it would take for a beautiful person like yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
let
even-
our secret out, Jason.
I love you, Jeff.
That's crazy.
God, that was traumatizing. All right, let's move along.
So you don't have one?
Oh, yeah.
I
Go ahead.
do.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So it's actually kind of similar to yours, Jess. So I was friends with this guy for years.
Wait, you were the other girl?
Yeah.
She was the one moving everything down in the house. Why does the fucking couch keep moving every time Lauren comes home? She's like, what the fuck?
Like, oh, it all makes sense now. But I was friends with this guy for years, and finally, like, went out on a date with him, and we were dating for a couple weeks. He brought me over to a party with like some of his other friends, and there were like 10 other people there. We continued to date for another couple weeks, and we ended up going to some EDM show. And he was like posting pictures of me on his like stories and Snapchat. Well, come to find out, when I was going to the parties with him, with his other friends, his girlfriend was there.
What?
Yeah. And like he picked me up. So like I was arriving with him, leaving with him. He was posting me on his Snapchat. And then we go to some EDM show, and that night we went to a friend's house. His girlfriend was there, and I guess they were fighting. So he was like talking to her, but not in a sense that like they looked like they were dating. And then she starts blowing me up on Snapchat, like, I can't believe you, da da da. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, if you were at this party.
I think that takes tops over even mine. Like, that's happened to
like
me.
we
You know
we
that.
were looking
That's
eye
happened
to
to me,
eye,
but
and
not
all
as bad.
night she was kind of like, giving me looks. But I just kind of figured, I mean, we've talked about, like, how other girls, they'll just be nasty to you for no reason. So I just kind of figured it was that. I didn't know who she was, but she was giving me nasty looks all night, and I just kind of blew her off.
That's also on her for seeing.
Right, I'm
flags.
like, why wouldn't you say something to me? Like,
maybe they have some weird, like, sexual, like,
yeah, I guess
they get off on that shit. Like,
they ended up having a kid together.
well, something, so I don't want to bring this up, but something similar happened to me. I handled it like a fucking boss. I don't know how I handled it like a boss. Not just one, not just two, but three. And that wasn't even my most traumatizing story. I'm like, compared to the other, that was easy. I was like, damn.
Well, it's supposed to be funny where it's not funny traumatizing.
I know.
I don't think traumatizing, more so like it just destroyed little prickles of trust.
It wasn't traumatizing, it destroyed.
I mean,
Many
Choice of
therapy
words.
hours.
I know.
Dude
rolled
wasn't-
onto
Choice
that.
of words.
no, the dude
choice
wasn't
of
all
words.
that. Whatever. I can be indifferent about that shit.
I mean, I did something similar. I went to a party where the girl kept her in the patio while I was
Oh my
God.
All right, so real
So
quick,
proud of you,
Julio. So I'm going to skip over your one question because I want to get to our subject, and I know we can talk. We could go 2 hours on the show.
I know.
So I heard
We have a good
by
time.
accident.
God,
Why don't you tell me? Because I heard this by accident.
that I finally have your fuck, marry, kill?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
heard he goes, "Are we playing fuck, marry, kill?" And I'm like, "No." And I go, "Did Julio text you something?" And he asked me for your number, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't say this. So it wasn't John's fault. He honestly thought I knew." So I'm going to skip over your question and go ahead.
I was going to switch it for this question either way. So, Jessica.
You got pictures, though, right?
Yes, we have 3 pictures coming up for you on the screen.
I hope these are celebrities or all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's go, Jess. Actually, that one was for Jason. But
Ooh.
there you go.
Oh.
There you go. Yes. Jessica,
That's Diplo.
you have your choices to either fuck, marry, kill are Diplo, right there.
That is a really bad picture of Diplo.
That is.
That is really not okay.
Frankie, I just
think-
I just
I
spray
was
water on
having a
Frankie.
He
He
has
couldn't
short
control
hair
himself.
now.
Tom
Yeah,
Hardy.
Tom Hardy
Mary.
That guy.
and Harrison Buck.
But I picked him as one of my
I know,
top
yeah, that's why I brought him back.
best looking guys.
He's going to be
He's
in
the
the
one with the
championship and
hair.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
I know. Julio told me, like, what do you think Jess would think? And I was trying to figure it out. I was like, I don't know.
I'd fuck Diplo because Diplo is always going to be, I feel like, I like Diplo. He's cool as shit. He's
So you don't think he looks hot in that
closer
picture?
to my age, but the problem is Diplo is never going to settle down. So I think it'd be great sex. What was my other choices?
Tom Hardy. Or
Mary, 100%. Oh my
Or
goodness.
Butker.
Oh, God. I feel like probably marry Tom Hardy.
bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
And I would, because, but what's his name's probably too immature for me. At the end of the day, he's hot.
So
Football
you would
player.
kill the football player? The most innocent guy that looks like he would be like.
Because
a
Jeff
good
gets
husband.
upset about his hair, so yes, I would kill him.
To me, he looks like husband material.
I would kill Diplo
Thank
because
you.
of
You're
the,
what? See, I said Jeff. That's the one. When I
All right,
picked
John,
him,
put
Jeff got
Jason's
all
options out
upset.
real
He was
quick.
like, "My hair's not
Yeah, 'cause
better
of
than
hair.
mine." When we picked the top 5 NFL hunks, remember?
Yeah, I do
See,
remember that.
see,
So-
Jeff, she would kill him for you.
I kill him for you, Jeff. That's loyalty.
That's a good friend.
Yeah, that's a good friend.
I would kill Diplo, fuck the football player because I feel like he has structure. I feel like he's a good guy.
His form would
Yeah, right.
get you where you need.
He's athletic. I mean, he's a stud, so I'd fuck him or him fuck me, whatever. And then I would marry Tom Hardy because at the end of the day, if we get a divorce, I'm coming after half his shit,
Yeah,
or at least like a
yeah.
quarter of his shit.
Fair.
Plus, I mean, he's a good-looking
And he's
dude.
hot.
He's got
He's
more
hot.
money.
I didn't see
He's
Tom
a
Hardy
stud.
as
And he's got a lot of brains, too. Have you
Yeah.
heard him
Yeah,
talk
I
about
didn't see him as
stuff?
husband.
He's very well educated.
yeah.
I saw Tom Hardy as like a really good fuck.
A lot of
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
If you
Bane, put the
marry
Bane
him-
mask on. Put the Bane mask on, please.
Choke
Well,
me
even
like you
better.
Come on, Daddy. I mean, Frankie. I mean, Tom Hardy.
You both be like choke
hold
me
on.
like you choke back.
Hold
in.
on.
Yes. Break my back like you broke Batman.
But I'm a little bit.
Yo, Jess, I don't know. The two guys are having more fun with this than you are, but
Put me in the
We're
hole.
learning a lot about Jason. We're learning a lot about Jason today.
I think he's becoming a staple on the show.
I know.
All right,
I know.
sorry, my cheeks
What were you
hurt.
gonna say?
And all I
Jessica?
said is I don't know. Oh, you said he looks like a good fuck. Well, I feel like then we would be kicking it. I like fucking. So I'd marry him and get to fuck him all the
There
time.
you go.
Bingo.
That's a win-win
Yeah, if
for
you're
me.
married.
Oh, and he's got the dog. He's all about dogs. There's
Oh, yeah.
pictures of him
Oh,
with his
there we
dog.
go.
He brings
He
his
only
dog
has one
everywhere.
flaw.
Likes the dogs.
He's a little shorter.
Jess, he only has one flaw.
Jess likes
Not
tall
6
men.
foot.
Yeah, he's tiny. He's like 5'2".
He's 5.
No,
No,
like
he's not 5'2".
Joking.
Jess does like tall men, though. I don't think he's 6 foot.
He's 5'9".
Is he?
Yeah,
I'm just going to shut my mouth.
I'm not changing my mind.
but you can't change mine.
I'm not talking about that. I see the look you're giving me right now. Okay, so moving on.
Moving on.
I just had post-nut clarity over Tom Hardy. Jesus. Maybe I want to trade back. Oh, we're doing more?
Oh, yeah, for Jason.
Okay, go
Real
ahead.
quick.
Jason, yeah.
Jason gets Selena Gomez. Let's see.
Who's
She's
that?
hot. She's hot in a lot.
Her eyes. Yeah. Who is that?
She's hot. She's in she's in
I'm
that
gonna.
recent-
All right.
She's in Baywatch.
It's a Downtown Abbey or
Oh,
something, isn't it? Right?
so
No?
Selena
Joey.
Gomez, Danielle Melchior.
She's
I
in
can't
the
pronounce
Baywatch.
it.
All right, marrying Selena
But her
Gomez,
is Alexandra
fucking her,
Daddario.
and killing that chick. She
Yeah.
looks
I agree
batshit
with
crazy.
that.
I don't even know
Yeah.
who she is.
Looks bad shit.
It's something about her nose. Selena Gomez fucked Justin Bieber, so I would bring that up multiple times and be like, which one's better? Who can eat pussy better? Who can fuck better? How's everything going? Do I cuddle better? Like, I would absolutely compare myself in every aspect of life to fucking Justin Bieber. Let's be honest, the dude's a fucking legend. And she's gorgeous. And just everything about her is perfect. And then the other chick, can I get the other one? She's just gorgeous. Like, she's really pretty.
Yeah, her
I would,
eyes.
yeah, her eyes. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
looking up
So
at
you
me.
will fuck her, marry Selena?
Oh, absolutely. I don't even know who she is,
And
but
the
yeah,
other-
just
murder the
cuddle.
other one.
Yeah, she's dead. That bitch. Sorry, that
That.
wonderful thing right there looks crazy.
That human being is
That's-
Who
sheet
is
under-
she? What
That's
is she?
Dracula's
She's
daughter.
she's a
Jeff-
Portuguese
Jeff-
actress.
That's why you got to fuck her.
No,
She looks crazy.
she would fuck me.
It's gonna be good.
I don't know.
And you got to kill Selena. I hate her.
You kill
She was in
Selena?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
She was the
Selena's-
orange person.
Jeff's not. Jeff's
Oh,
not.
The third one.
Selena's
That's why I don't know
definitely
it.
not Jeff's type.
I'm
Definitely
sure she was
not.
something else. I just didn't
Yeah.
really.
She's-
I would murder her in a second.
With your
I might
penis.
do it just out of spite.
I mean, Selena's got structure. She's got business. She's a smart woman. I mean, she's everything I'm asking for. She's everything. Yeah.
She's very
She's
entertaining.
sweet.
I'm glad
Yeah.
Jason didn't put too much thought into this.
Absolutely not.
I was just like,
I didn't even know this was a quad loaded. I
Isn't
just
she the one with the cooking show also?
she'd have to wear that when I
What?
fuck her.
Is
I
that
like
the
that
one with
collar.
the cooking show?
Which one?
Oh, Selena Gomez
Selena.
cooking show.
Does she have
Does
one?
she?
Yeah,
a cooking
it's on
show?
HBO.
One of
It's on
those
Max.
girls have a cooking show.
Selena Gomez. She has a cooking
Oh,
show.
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
I
that's
didn't
great.
know that
So
either.
annoying.
I know Benny does the her new boyfriend does the cooking TikToks and they're hilarious because he's not really cooking. He says, "Follow me for more recipes." I'll put it in the oven and he opens up. It's McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. It's hilarious. He's cool. Now I see why she likes him. Funny men finish first. I would do, but anyway. So post nut clarity. Jason and Julio and I talked about this on last week's show. Did you listen by chance?
I did not yet.
And we were talking about how men always, the post nut clarity.
Yeah.
70% of men know after they bang a girl for the first time if they want to continue on a relationship or not.
I believe it.
100%.
I believe it. Yeah.
I found that
100%.
interesting. But I think men often don't think that men or women get post nut clarity. And
Oh, yeah, we
we call
absolutely
it.
do.
So the two lines I heard were great because there was a ton of TikToks, and one girl said, "Well, maybe we could if we could actually nut." And I was like,
It's
"Okay."
funny you say that because I was
Men
gonna
need
say
to work
something
harder.
about that. I was gonna
Men
say
need to
something
work harder. I won't leave until I get my shit. I ain't wasting my time.
So
like
fake
it's-
orgasm is denial. They don't want to. They don't want to have that clarity.
Well, yeah, it's a waste of time.
You done
What's the
fucked
point?
up if I ain't. No, I'm not
Yeah.
leaving.
That's why over here
Yeah.
is post nut depression.
And the other girl goes, shit, we call that regret or we call it on Tuesday. Because it's so true.
It is.
It's so true. So I think it's very true. I think it's, oh shit, what do I do? I think it's different for men and women. I think women are like two things. One is we're like, oh God, this guy wasn't worth it. Now he's calling me and now I got work to do. I got this, and now he's bothering me. And then it's called regret. And especially when alcohol is involved, I mean, you're always like, oh, it's good. And then you're like, oh God.
Yeah,
no,
when it's
no,
sober
it's
and not good,
not
that's
good.
a problem.
Not good.
Sober and not
Have you had one of those where you literally were like,
Sounds like a good show.
Oh yeah, I was in a relationship where like it was good.
sounds like Frankie.
I was good in the beginning parts of the relationship, and then he got lazy, and then it became a problem when I was like, "Hey, dude, like, I gotta come too." And
you just lay there or something?
I would beat
Or
a
get it.
dude, and I don't believe in physical
ultimately
violence.
that was a lot of why our relationship ended. There
How
were
long
other
did you
things,
stay
too.
in this relationship?
2.5 years.
What?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Wait,
So, but it
and
wasn't like that the whole time.
how
like I
long was
said.
it like that?
Probably a year.
He was probably having it too.
Hold on, no.
Probably a year.
So wait, you guys would have sex. He would come, and you wouldn't come,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't wait for you.
I think the
No.
only time
and
that's
I would
acceptable,
even tell him that I didn't, and he'd be like, "Well, you know, it is what it is."
if it's a quickie, maybe.
Ladies,
Yeah.
ladies.
Oh, it
hold
was a
on.
problem.
Ladies out there, absolutely not. I had this discussion with you about a dude that was definitely lazy in positioning. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm like, never fucking again. I had to do all the work every time, but I like
Oh
it.
yeah, wouldn't.
I like
it has
the
not
dick,
happened
so-
since like I learned my lesson.
Hell no. Somebody else told me this, a girl, and I'm like, do not stay. Like if a guy, now if you're not and you have to work and communicate on how he can do better, I think that's different.
Oh yeah, no, he had no interest. He just kind of was like, "Oh, I'm good."
Got his, and that's
yeah,
it.
he got his. He worked long days, so he wanted to go to bed.
All right, Jess, can I touch on what you said with positioning? So you're all about the positions and switching it up and all that other just crazy shit.
I mean, I can't say what I can't say what I say, or I give the person away. I can't. So, yeah, go ahead.
Well, what's your question?
Just you said positions. So is it positioning with the man, or do you like to take charge, or what's?
I'm in for it all.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying. I said I was the one doing all the
I
work.
thought you meant positions, like switching up positions.
That would be
constantly
that would have
and
been nice.
on the counter, on the couch, on the
That
floor.
would have been nice.
Okay.
But he didn't.
whole production.
He didn't leave me hanging. I will say that I never got left hanging. So in that credit, but I couldn't. I think. Yeah. I've definitely had regret. I've had some guys be like, where I'm very clear on the what's the word? Like we just hooking up. Like, and then it's like, but I like you and let's go. And I'm like, no. That's not what we said. And I communicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie, you got some post nut clarity?
No, I heard somebody say, I'm like, what are we talking about again?
I'm writing everything down.
Um,
Position.
I don't know. I never really.
Don't just
And
stand
it's-
there.
We kind of touched on this. I think you were asking me something about after sex. So say this after sex. What did you ask me? And I was like, that's good for the show. Leave it. I'm not going to say my opinion.
Okay, so my thing is, my question was, after sex, right? When you have sex, I tend to notice that women don't like to talk about like the session that happened, like the next morning.
That's what he said.
session?
The session.
Session.
I see that.
Yeah.
You want
Like, for
to-
example, let's say you and I hook up, right? And we wake up together in the morning. I'll be like, hey, beautiful, how are you? Like, it was great.
Let's
last
go with some
night.
footage.
Like,
See
I
what we
enjoyed
can
this.
improve.
And
Oh, see, if I like it, I'll talk about it all day long.
Me too. I told Frankie. That's
Yeah.
what I said.
I'm
said,
agreeing with you, Frankie. I don't have ladies like you two. It's very like, is there something
If
I could have
that's
done better, or
Yeah, but
what
most,
did you
I feel
think
like
of
most
it?
women don't like talking about it. though.
Yeah.
Oh, not me.
I like talking about it. I don't know.
So what
Sex,
the
baby.
reason would be?
So,
Let's
are
talk
you
about
dating these people, or is it more just like a hookup? Because maybe
I don't think hookup. You're having that conversation.
because that's what I was gonna say. If you were hooking up with someone, I could see where that would almost start to turn it into something more than a hookup, to where
Correct.
you're trying to detach, and that's why you wouldn't want to talk about it.
I guess, but no, mainly when, like in relationships, like dating, like serious.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, I'll talk about it all day long. And
Yeah.
I'll talk about, like, I think it's important to be like,
And I don't mind talking about it one night
talking
stand
about
either,
what
though.
you like and what
Yeah.
you don't like. Like, you are not hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
Do it this way. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, but it's not necessarily like, oh, they're like this. It's more like I would talk about it when I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
That sex was fucking good.
But some
Yeah.
people get like shy or they don't want to
No,
mention
not
it.
shy.
I like talking about it because then I think it almost like turns you on to
And I
want
want
to
to do it again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Round two.
So I don't mind talking about it like if I'm in a relationship, if I'm dating, or if I'm just hooking up. Like,
Hooking up, no,
to me,
because I
it
want to
doesn't-
detach.
Right.
Okay.
And that becomes a more intimate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the
Conversation.
emotional part of me, the girly part of me, Jessica.
It's not like I'm just like rolling out like a dude does.
But
But I don't
agree.
want to get like too.
Well, I'm hugging the pillow and I'm like, so what did you think?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade my performance?
Why are you getting dressed so quickly?
It's like, we're not gonna talk about this. Where are you going?
Oh my god, I've never done that.
What are you gonna say, Jason?
Just the post nut clarity thing. There was one session I was having with the ex, and it was awesome. It was great. Had her hands tied. I don't know why, but her feet were up. And
I don't know why.
I'm not, and this is not going to help my story about the foot thing, but
Dying.
her feet were up, and it was missionary, and I was, legs back, and her foot was there, and I just
Show away from.
started fucking. Her foot's in my mouth, man. I don't know. I'm not a foot guy. I'm not.
Wait,
But I'm going, and I'm. You're
this
good.
is 3 weeks and 3 times
Yeah.
in a row.
I'm wondering, like, so what is that with? So this happened after you nutted, or
No. So this is as
clarity here?
this is as the session's going on, right?
Okay.
So I'm like in that animalistic stage, right? I'm
Okay.
like,
I
fucking,
want you to understand the
I just-
clarity.
Oh, I
of
get where
what
he's
was
going.
happening.
yeah, like there's not a part of your body I wouldn't fucking lick or kiss or
Okay.
touch or suck.
I
Whatever,
get the
right?
point. I get the point.
Yeah. So as I spit as
Sorry,
I
guys.
release my thing.
What is happening over there?
Jessica got wet.
Jessica, gosh, she's wet.
Jessica's flirting over there. She's wet.
Jessica.
Did you get some
Sorry.
clarity?
Am I sorry? I don't know. Should I be sorry for that?
Hey, hey,
Hold
John.
on, so I missed the end.
Could you have
What
Dom
happened?
grab me some napkins
Okay.
behind the bar? I just spilled
I was
Oshi's little
laughing.
water on the couch. Thanks.
Oh,
All right, so-
shit.
So all this is happening, and then okay,
So once it's done, I'm like, I just had your fucking foot in my mouth. But it's not so much the fact of the foot. It's the fact that we walked around all day and she was wearing flip-flops, and this was at nighttime. So I'm like, dude, I just fucking sucked your feet.
Oh.
And they're not like black or brown, but like your feet
They're
stink.
out in the open.
Yeah, now they stink. Like I'm smelling it. And at the time, I would suck the smell off her foot, and then I nutted, and I was like, I immediately fucking mouthwash. I'm like toothbrush to the back of my throat. I'm immediately like my immune system. I'm gonna get sick, and it just fucking spiraled out of control for me.
Jason was crying.
I'm
in
not
the
kidding
Did
shower.
you
you?
like voice this to her?
Oh, absolutely. She was.
What'd she say?
She just laughed the whole time. She was still tied up. I didn't even bother to
laughed, too.
untie.
Wait. You went through the
I'm
what is
done.
the
I'm
6
done.
stages of grief while she was
Yeah.
tied up.
You were brushing
Yeah.
your teeth as
Last
she was still
time,
tied up.
Still tied up. She could have taken them off. And this is what I'm saying with the post nut clarity. Like I immediately
I
nutted.
thought this was like the next day. He was thinking
No,
about
no,
all
it
this.
was-
Flip-flops. All that
She's
stuff
still
came
tied
to
up and
mind.
he's-
Was
Max 2.5 seconds. Max. It's like as soon as I came, I could taste her feet in my mouth. And I'm once again, it's feet are fine, but it's feet all day long in flip flops. It was summer.
bro. But did you die? But did you die?
I'm still here, still thinking
Said
about
my
it.
immune system.
That's what, 'cause,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
when
I
you're
was
in the
worried.
moment, you do a lot of things when you're in the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
That's normal. When you're in the moment,
Yeah.
you're turned on.
Yeah,
you're-
and that's
you're-
the post nut.
Yeah.
I pounded vitamin C afterwards too, probably 1,000 milligrams at least. I'm not fucking kidding. Airborne.
Scurvy.
But that's just
I feel like at this point I can't even go to our subject of codependency versus connection.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
You're going viral off this one.
Oh my god.
I'm not allowed back. Should not be allowed back.
She's still tied up to this day.
I don't. What? Do you remember the? I don't know if it
No,
was.
she left me.
I don't know if it was the episode with when you were on it, but I think Jeff and I or Kevin and I both said it might have been Kevin said the same thing. Like, what when you do? I said, never again let a guy tie you up. And he goes, why? And I was like, that motherfucker can leave you there. I watch ID channel. Next thing you know, you're starving for 2 weeks and you gone.
That's funny. There's a lot of like reels and memes about that. When the girl's like, "Baby, I'll let you tie me up and you can do whatever you want," and she gets tied up and he's like out with his boys,
Like playing video games in the other room.
Playing video games.
Oh my God. Well, So I'm just going to touch on this real quick, and then we'll pull it in because we're way over. But we had, I don't even know how to say this now. Codependency versus connection, which I think is an important topic. Because I think when you're making real connections, you're two individuals coming together, but you have your individual lives, even if you live together, married, whatever, your own identity. And codependency is when you're definitely not doing that. And I think I see a lot of codependency. And how this all came up with me and you is we were talking about Tay-Tay and Travis. We were talking about how the hate and shade thrown at their relationship. And I said, I will never post my relationship again, which Kevin had told me when he was co-host. He was like, you have to. I loved following your adventures for 7 years. But I feel like the minute you post it, there's those people who just throw shade, have something to say. Bitches that didn't want your man, now all of a sudden they be in their DMs. My ex was like, you were right. They're in my DMs. I said, bitch, I know women. I know women. And then we got into the whole thing. So I think we'll table it. I think we're probably close to out of time, but that's okay. I loved it that this became what it was.
Well,
but go ahead.
I'm gonna post a fake relationship just so I can get women to start texting, like hitting me
I
up.
swear to God.
It will work.
It will work.
You.
That's
It'll
what I
work.
mean.
I mean, I've never had so many girls that I thought were friends, and I knew damn well they didn't like him. Because, I mean, I've been in the DC scene a long time, and then all of a sudden we post our relationship and DM Central.
Yep.
And it's just how women are. You want what you think you can't have, but they don't appreciate what's in front of them. I've never done that to anybody. I would never. I don't even friend chicks, boyfriends, husbands, and they'll be like, oh, why don't you friend them? And I was like, look, if you want me to friend them, I'll friend them. I don't care. You know this about me.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be friends with your man. Like
I have best friends, and I'm not friends with like their husbands on social media. And it's not like I love their husbands, but it's just kind of like, for what?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
It
I don't
didn't
know.
used to be a rule for me back in the day. I didn't think about it until, you know, either their husbands got really flirty. This is way long ago. I mean, we're talking, and I'm like, not okay with me. I don't fuck with other people's people. I do not do that. It is a hard no.
Yep.
I don't care how hot you are. I don't care if you're Travis Kelce.
I mean, I'm also the kind of
Rabbit.
person that I will avoid situations and circumstances that would give any kind of doubt to my friend,
Yep.
right? Like
Yep.
anything could be going on. It's like
To
unnecessary.
your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think
Like-
in partnerships too, you have to be secure enough for your person to hold their own in a room. You know, I hate jealousy and all that crap. Whenever I've got mad, it's because I've been disrespected by a woman. But if I really reflect on that moment, my man was not doing his job. And I'm not jealous. You know, believe me, you know what I was going to say right there, but I'm just going to not say it because it sounds like
yeah. If your man shut it down, you shouldn't have to step in as the woman.
Yeah. Like, and it's not hard to shut it down.
Yeah.
You're either giving off that vibe or you're not. And as a woman, same thing.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah,
woman,
exactly.
same thing.
And
Yeah,
people
respect.
can look, but we all can tell when things are getting a little bit too murky, right? And you could just, like you said, shut it down or avoid it.
Yeah.
You know, like why would I need my girl's number?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I
don't do that shit.
maybe maybe if they ever get married and stuff like that, maybe okay, like emergency contact or something.
I like my
Right,
friend
but-
Dania, my friend Nancy, like their husbands, we're all great friends. That's different. Like those guys come handyman. We're like family.
Yeah.
I'm talking just in generally speaking.
Yeah.
There's no reason. And I'm probably going to call them first, say, hey, I'm going to call your man.
Yeah.
You know, like I need his help with blah, 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 you know, depending. But like, yeah, I don't mess with that.
And nowadays, because with social media, right, like Instagram, a lot of my friends, like I don't get their girlfriend's Instagram. Like, why do I need to follow
Yeah.
them?
Right.
You're
Yeah,
my-
my
you're my
mom
boy's
always
girl,
raised
like-
me like you're supposed to go to, like, if it's woman to woman or man to man, you reach out to the woman, or you
And
would
people,
reach out to the man.
I
in the
agree with you. And people
relationship.
say, oh, you're being insecure. I'm like, no, that's called respect.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I don't deal with disrespect well. And I will tell a chick, but I will always refer back to my man. You 99% of the time, that's a vibe. That's something you didn't shut down. I had one where a chick was dancing on him. He wasn't doing anything wrong. And I'm cool with it. I'm like, whatever, chicks do that. I don't give a shit. And then it became a little excessive. Well, I didn't know what to do. So it's okay to make me feel uncomfortable?
Right.
And I shut that shit right
When you
down.
shouldn't have had to say
But at the end of
anything.
the day, you should have shut that shit
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And then I lose respect for you and trust for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, because what if you weren't there?
100% what if,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to babysit. If I have to
Yeah.
babysit you, I want you to go off, live your life, and come home and tell me all these wonderful
Yep.
things.
I think having a woman dancing your man though is kind of walking that line to begin with.
Yeah.
Like that's
I wouldn't dance
I would
Like,
never
if
do.
I was with a man, I wouldn't dance on another man.
Okay, so
That's
I
a
told
good
her
point.
this
That's
is
a
how
good
I got
point.
her off. I said, "See your husband over there? I have that shot in my bag. You don't have this shot in your bag. Get the fuck out of here." And that's how that ended. I was mad. But I put up with it for an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, you shouldn't have even had to do that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I wouldn't let a woman dance on me like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's
so when I
just-
look back to the times
Nah,
I
we're
was
good.
called jealous, that's what should have been going on.
Yeah.
That's what
Like
should
you
have been
said, it's
happening.
murkying the water. It's making, they're starting to become a gray area now.
But anyway, we'll wrap with the funny thing about our Hit It song. But hold on. So,
Oh, Daddy. I mean, Frankie.
Daddy. Travis's daddy.
Travis has a song.
He's a whole damn song. Anyway, we'll come back to connection versus that versus codependency. I think it's an interesting subject.
Yeah, I do wanna
think
touch on that a
it's
lot.
super important just to touch on it for people that may not listen every week, to validate yourself,
Yeah.
through have an identity outside of your relationship and your partner. Both of you should. And when you have connection, you come back at the end of the day and you share those experiences. You're there, you're proud of them. Your wins are their wins, but you're doing those wins separately.
And
And
there's
that's
ways,
good.
and there's ways to be able to tell if someone's going to be codependent.
Well, codependent is I have no identity besides you.
Before you even start dating, you can tell.
Of course.
We'll discuss that. I'll bring that up later.
Yeah, they need to have
Yeah,
their
you
own
don't have to
thing.
be in a relationship to be like,
100%.
to realize that
Yeah.
that's what we have to realize. Like when we get into relationships, there's always signs that tell you the kind of person they are.
Yeah.
Whether it's and not necessarily just negative stuff, but just who they are in general. And we tend to get those, blinders put on.
Yeah.
You and I talked about this today. My next relationship, I'm going to have to say shit that is super hard for me to say.
Yeah.
This is how I am. And I just know it's necessary. But that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. If you can't deal, then peace out.
Yeah. But
So-
it has to do with maturity and self-reflecting.
That
Being
and
honest
more
with yourself.
on season 2.
So anyway, Frankie, we'll start with you. I asked these guys to come up with their Hit It song, and we'll end with me, and then we'll end the show. And, of course, you can talk about one you had. I have 4 that are my favorite, but your most recent Hit
One
It
for each
song.
position.
Okay, my most
If you're
recent
only doing 4, you need to do work, son.
my most recent would be from Chris Brown. What is it called?
Under the influence.
Under the Influence.
Oh, that's a good song.
That's a good one. But then my old school go-to is Daddy's Home.
So he
And
tells
that's
me,
why I was laughing.
Frankie tells me,
Yes. Yes.
Frankie
There's a
tells me
connection.
the song, and I go, well, that's really old, like, duh. And he goes, no, it's not old. So I pull it up. I was like, Frankie, it was 2010. He's like, oh, really?
Yeah, but then because so I'm the kind of guy. I'm not gonna put it if I'm just hooking up with somebody. I usually play music when I'm like multiple times that I'm dating with, hooking up multiple times with the same person.
Every time I hook up, I play music.
Nah, I started when I first broke up. I used to play reggaeton. It's like slow reggaeton.
Yeah.
And I used to like fuck to like reggaeton, not just a song, but just reggaeton. And that would be like my to-go-to music. But then I like my old school stuff like Miguel,
I think
Usher,
I also depend on what I'm talking. Even if you're with your
R.
partner,
Kelly before he was arrested.
Jodeci, fucking Jodeci.
Yeah.
Jodeci was a jam to hook up.
This
to.
generation doesn't have that kind of. I feel
I
like they
do.
don't have
I'm
this
gonna
kind of
say
music
mine.
anymore,
You're right.
right?
What's yours?
Oh God, I don't know. I usually let the man put it on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's yours?
Hey Alexa, play the weekend Blinding Lights by The Weekend.
Blinding Lights.
Because I got that Alexa queued up, she's ready to go, and then it starts playing. Anything by The Weekend fucking rolls. Dude.
The Weekend,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, yeah.
I like that other song by The Weekend.
And it's like ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
How does it turn you on?
I mean, it's just kind of
It just
it's
to
that
production,
vibe.
It's
It's
like,
yeah, da-da, and that's when I kind
And then you
of
start stripping.
yeah, no, but it's
You come out with your leather
All right,
outfit.
Julio.
mine,
Hold on.
is,
We got to get through. We're way over. We're way over.
mine is what does the fox say?
What does the fuck?
all right.
He said, all right.
Really?
No, it's
Jesus, and my
I'm going with another The Weeknd song, The Morning.
Yeah, The
the
Morning's
weekend's just clutch.
The Weekend's good.
Different vibes, different speeds.
But
like
I would totally bang to what does the fox say?
Would you? I think it depends on what what the vibe is with your person. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, if
What
you're
is-
being
I'll be like,
goofy,
yo,
you could be
what's this
goofy.
fuck thing? He's
Why
like,
All right,
about
so
to
I have
find out.
four. I have four of my faves.
Don't ever
Well-
play them in the car while driving.
Limp Biscuit break stuff.
Four songs
All right,
I'll never
these
listen
are-
to you together.
Okay. All right, ready? Beyonce, Drunk in Love. That's always hot.
Solid.
Okay, yeah.
Beyonce, I Want to Dance for You. That's when you strip for your man or dance or whatever you want to
Yeah.
do. Most recent, Agara Hills, Doja Cat. That song's fucking hot. And
he's
it's
got
dirty.
some- yeah.
It's dirty. And then the ultimate favorite, which you two might not know, maybe you, but I know Frankie knows. I want to lick you up and down
So
till
you
you say stop. I
Let-
want to play with your body, baby. Make you real hot.
Who is that?
Our
Let me
parents,
do all the
things you want me to do. Cause tonight, baby,
I
wanna get freaky with you.
Is that Marvin Gaye?
No, it was Silk. It was Silk,
Silk.
Freak Me Baby. And our parents know the words now and are like, we let you listen to that. That song is so hot. It'll always be #1 banging song. And please tune in next week. Thank you for tuning in. Take good care, guys. Later. You up.
Bang my